Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to a myth busting video where today we'll be tackling 20 of Minecraft's oldest myths that have been busted and proved to not be true. So, let's jump right into it. Our first myth is going to start right here in the Nether. A common myth is that you cannot use a beacon in the Nether because there's bedrock in the ceiling and all that netherrack is just blocking the beacon beam. But as you can see here, this beacon works just fine. Now, what I have done is I've actually broke all the netherrack above the beacon beam, which allows the beacon to pass right through the bedrock. So even though there's bedrock there, the beam still works, and you can keep your potion effects as long as you want. Unfortunately, in Bedrock Edition, there's a height build limit for the top of the nether surface, so you can't be using beacons up here, but you can still use them to keep your potion effects as long as you want. Now, this next myth is more understandable if you used to play in the old version of Minecraft, in which most people believe that chickens can only be bred with normal seeds. But that is not the case anymore. Chickens can be bred with pumpkin seeds, melon seeds, beetroot seeds, and normal seeds. So, whatever you got on hand to expand your chicken farm with is going to work out just fine. Another common myth is that sugarcane grows faster on sand or dirt or grass or any color of sand that you might believe it does, but they actually grow at all the same speed. This myth is more well known, but still, it's very important that I think you guys should know this. So, although MLG lavaing seems like a cool idea, if you actually try it, lava doesn't actually break your fall. It just makes you fall and die, and then if you didn't fall from high enough place, you would just be on fire. So, it's better to stick with MLG watering for that one. As far as wow. In the Java edition, it's possible to land in a waterlogged slab and still survive, but as for the Bedrock edition, it is also possible. I actually didn't know that one. I thought I was going to die. But, there we go. But, same story with the lava and the cauldron. The cauldron has got a nice metal bottom there and will not break your fall. You will just fall feet first, into a giant metal pot, which would not feel good, and you will die. So don't do it. If you've ever flown with an Elisha before, you know that they can rack up quite the fall damage. Or mountain damage if you were to crash into something. So, usually what most people do is they put nice feather falling on their boots to keep them from taking as much damage. See? That height normally would have killed me, but with feather falling, I'm good. But as we can see here, although it might help you while you're flying, if you smack into the side of a wall going 90 miles an hour, you'll still take lots of damage. So, feather falling doesn't really help when you smack yourself in the face. Because why would it? You're hitting yourself in the head versus hitting yourself in the feet. So remember, feather falling is not an excuse to go ramming into nearby mountains. If you've ever been down in the ocean before, you might have used water breathing, which grants players the ability to breathe underwater for the amount of time, for the duration of the potion. And you've probably seen these guys, nice little tropical fish. And now, one might think that if you were to put a fish on land, splashing it with water breathing might cause the reverse effect and let the fish breathe on land. So, if we hit him with water breathing, you might think it would reverse the effect and fish would be able to breathe on land like we can breathe in the water. But, if we wait a minute, haha, got you on this one. This one actually works. Fish can stay out of the water for a little bit longer amount of time if you splash them with water breathing. Although unfortunately, I have heard that in the Java edition of Minecraft this does not work. But if you play Bedrock, Windows 10, anything like that, your fish friends can stay out of the water for a small extended amount of time. Not always lasting the full amount of the potion time. But if you want to stay safe, I recommend just going and visiting them yourself. Because you know you can. One of the next common myths is that fortune will actually boost your XP levels. As we can see here, if we are to mine this coal, got about 1 level. If we use fortune, we didn't even get another level. So fortune doesn't subtract or add, it's just random, no matter what you use. Although it does boost your item drops, it doesn't boost your XP drops. So don't be expecting it. Same thing with redstone and any other block that drops XP. Another thing added recently to the Nether update is the addition of netherite, which is a tool that has better durability and is stronger than diamonds. But in order to get it, it's a very tedious process of strip mining at Y level 15 in the Nether. While most people think using the interesting game mechanic that beds explode in the Nether is a good way of mining, they're wrong. While it can be more effective than TNT, as you see here, beds, when they explode, leave a bunch of fire, and at Y level 15 can bring in a new issue of finding lava pools in the middle and bringing all this nasty stuff onto you. But if you see here, TNT, when TNT explodes, it does not drop all the fire. So while beds are slightly more effective, TNT is definitely the safer way to go. But TNT is more expensive, so to each his own. Have you ever been on one of your favorite Minecraft servers, such as Mineplex or anything else, and you wonder, wow, they have really good lighting and these cool NPC things, and I want to make a server of my own, but I don't really have money for mods, so what do I do? Well, actually, you can get good lighting like this. See, there's not even a single torch around. You can get great lighting like this, and spawning custom NPCs with only 2 very simple commands you can type in chat. So, I will show you these commands right now. In order to get custom NPCs, you want to type /give @p spawn egg, and you should see that there is a little spawn egg with no colors to it, 151. Now I'll give you an egg that looks like this, cool rainbow colors. Ignore that voice crack. When you place it down, it will spawn in an NPC. In creative mode, if you click on it, you have the option to change the name to, whatever you want. There you go. You can change the character's appearance. I like the hazmat suit. You can also go into advanced settings and add a command. So this is what will happen to the player when they click on it. So for example, if you wanted to say like /tp@p, then you put in whatever coordinates of wherever you want them to teleport. And you can even turn on button mode and have the button say if join Bed Wars, like if you were making a Bed Wars map. So now if you go into survival, this will work in survival or adventure. Now when you click on it, he will say what you tell him to say, and you click this, and I of course didn't put anything in, but whatever you tell that command to do, it will do that command. Now, as for the nice lighting, you want to type /give @p light _block 115. Then you would get this. And now when you place this around, as you can see, it lit up the area and the block is invisible. I can walk through it and you also can't break it. So there you go. That's how to keep your builds nice and lit up in creative mode without the hassle of torches. This next myth kind of doesn't make any sense, but it still is a myth, so let's go over it. Swords don't actually break wool any faster than by hand does. Now, why you might think this is because breaking a cobweb with your hand is very slow, but breaking it with a sword is quite fast. So if you're familiar with bees, you'll know that they fly around, go to flowers, and then collect pollen, and spread that pollen amongst crops, which helps the crops grow faster. But sadly, this only works for normal crops and does not work for nether wart. So no matter how fast you want your nether wart to grow, bees aren't going to boost that at all. If you've ever used an enchanting table in Minecraft, you might be familiar with the idea that you can't actually read what this text is without hovering over it and seeing what it translates to. But sadly, enchanting table is just standard galactic language and it doesn't actually translate to anything. It's just a bunch of gibberish, and there's a bee over there. So, no matter how hard you try and translate it, it's never going to mean what it actually says. After that, I hope you guys learned something. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a like and put something in the comments that maybe I didn't show in this video that you think is important for other people to know. Don't forget to subscribe as well. It's free. You can always undo it if you don't want to be subscribed anymore. Then click that little bell icon and you won't miss when I upload. Or, if you didn't like this video, leave it a dislike, because that's what the button's there for. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. I gotta go do something, which is probably just record another video. So I'll see you guys later. Bye!